So let's actually go through this really quickly because this part of your character is going to be relevant to the three shot. So Periwinkle, you
Alright.
say that your flaw is hungry in the fact that you are driven to your goals. So what are you hungry for then, specifically?
My character's flaw isn't hungry. My character's flaw is apathy.
Okay. And do you have an interesting twist on apathy, or are you just lazy and uncaring?
He got what well how my character is apathetic is that he doesn't really care about any of you guys. He's doing this for his own reasons, which feeds into him being hungry.
Uh,
Which that one is actually is in his eyes he sees it as a positive trait.
Aha. So your flaw is that you're borderline sociopathic in your disregard for your friend's well-being, but you're hungry in a good way because you're hungry to achieve your goals.
Yep.
Okay, that's an interesting take. I like it. I dig it. Gesture, what about you? What's your flaw? What's your quality?
Because I have this bastard alongside me, I'm pretty sure I'll be feeling pretty lonely.
Well, the fact of the matter is, Mike, your characters don't know he's apathetic. You know the
Well,
whole facade.
Sorry, just
No
1 second.
swear.
My brother just needs to hit me in the head.
well, you can still be a lonely bastard even without Periwinkle's giving a fuck about you.
What would like a quality of lonely be?
As in, I'm thinking you're secure in your that you might be alone, but you're not lonely. Does that make any sense?
You're a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. That's lonely as a virtue, as a quality. Independent.
Alright. How can you be quality and wretched? And what's the flaw in wretched?
Wretched, the way I interpret it, based on what I've seen, is it's the genuine joy felt from causing other people's pain. Like, it's basically evil at its most basic and primal level. You just enjoy the schadenfreude of someone getting hit in the face with a frying pan. You just can't help it.
Okay, so I'm definitely taking that as my flaw.
I'm seeing wretched is is the kind of thing where you constantly feel sorry for yourself.
It's up to you how you interpret the word.
I'm going to take in the schadenfreude away.
Alright, so then what is your quality?
Thank you.
Sorry, just had to talk to my brother for a second. So is like the opposite of angry just not as a quality?
So, anger as a quality would be like John Wick. He's very angry and he uses that to motivate him to take down the entire Russian mob.
Alright, I'll take that as my quality.
They're basically your motivations for why you do the good things and or bad things that you do. Why do you do what you do?
Alright. I punch things because I like seeing them scream, but I do it for a good cause.
I like it.
You're a finger snapper.
I mean, is ripping the fingernails off of my enemies really all that bad if they totally deserve it?
The fact of the matter is,
Can we just notice that the fact that the bit code of my character sheet on D&D Beyond is almost trash.
The what code? The bit code? What are you talking about?
Don't mind. Let's continue.
Hold on, I gotta turn my phone off. I've got people who don't need to talk to me trying to talk to me. Anyways, so you are all standing next to a dark black portal. Your king, who goes by the moniker the Rogue King, is standing before you, and he is halfway through his motivational speech, and he is saying, previous members of the team are still recovering from their last mission, so it is up to you to retrieve something for me. And I need you to come back with it quickly. You have 3 days. And I feel like the reason I say that is because I feel like the loyalty of the others is breaking, and I believe they plan to overthrow me within 3 days. What I need from you is to grab the Black Heart from the Shadowfell. There's a castle in there that holds this treasure, and with it I can crush the coup that is forming against me. Now fly and bring me the Black Heart of the Onix Lich.
That'll diddly be done.
Jester does a very over-the-top bow and turns to go to the shadow.
Oh, hey, wait for me!
As the two of you hop through the portal, the Rogue King turns his back and heads back towards his throne of stone and corpses. As you all fall through the portal, you see the landscape, the actual terrain, matches very closely to where you previously were, but it is just magnitudes more depressing and bleak. The dry, grassy dirt has been replaced by damp, ankle-deep swamp water. Various animals are growling and creaking and crying in the distance, and it just smells awful. You can see there's bubbling from the swamp in the distance as geysers of sulfur shoot up from below the swamp water.
I like it here.
Ew. Jeez. He flicks the muck off his boot in a futile attempt to actually get it off, but he just ends up back in his boot ends up back in, so it's kind of fruitless. So he gives up. Well, we got 3 days. Let's go.
Indeed.
So as you
I will scout ahead.
Alright, as you scout ahead, this is the image you see. You can see that the swamp is filled with black, brackish water, trees hanging from branches like fingers, strange sounds from the wilderness filling your ears. The forest itself is far too thick to pass through, the trees less than shoulder widths apart, forcing you, unfortunate souls, to pass directly through the water. But the farther out you march through the water, the more you can feel this unpleasant burning sensation on your feet.
Jeez. I grab onto the branches to haul myself up out of the water.
There is a very narrow shore, about the width of 2 feet apart between the shore and the trees that you pull yourself onto. And you can see crows swoop down from the branches and start picking at corpses of men. You see deeper into the swamp, corpses are dissolving in acidic black water.
I should probably get out of here, shouldn't I?
Yeah, that would be a very good idea.
Any help from you? I offer my hand to get pulled out of the ooze.
I grab your hand and pull you out.
Thank you.
It's my darn diddly job to keep you alive.
Jester, if you will.
Periwinkle.
I'd offer you a hand to shake, but mine is covered in knives. As you look at his hands, there's at least 3 knives hidden up his sleeve.
Yeah, jeez, yeah, you don't really need all those daggers. Whatever. One's perfectly fine. He pulls one out of his boot.
Yeah, but when you handshake people, you gotta know if they're going to shake it normally or just limply have it in their hand, and I've got to be able to stab them either way.
Yeah. Well, let's get going. Hmm. Well, the water's not all that isn't a good idea place to go across. Okay. Is there a body near the shore?
So the river leading into a much wider open lake has a floating body in the middle of it, and you can see the flesh, almost like meat surrounded by hydrogen peroxide, is slowly dissolving as it floats past. You see the helmet with the cleric's cross carved into the forehead.
Ew.
I give out a slight chuckle.
So you notice that the trees that are in the water are just fine. They're not even slightly eroded, but all of the various people and animal bodies floating are slowly and painfully dissolving. There's one unfortunate squirrel that appears to have fallen in the river, and you can see it writhing and squealing as it slowly but surely dissolves.
I go, well, nothing we can do about him. So except he pulls out a short bow and looses an arrow to put him out of his misery.
All right. You see that initially your arrow would have been a few inches, but it curves as if blown by a breeze that isn't there, and it sinks directly into the squirrel, killing it instantly.
Okay. Oh well, the water is definitely a bad place to go. How about the tree? How about we use the trees as much as we can?
Sounds like a good idea.
You notice that the branches that are in the water float and do not dissolve. It occurs to you that you can either try to climb through the trees at a slow pace, or potentially, should your survival skills be high enough, craft a raft to float across more quickly.
You have any idea how to make a boat?
Nope.
Me neither. Let's continue walking.
Do either of you have proficiency in survival, by the way?
Half.
I don't. I just don't.
Oh yeah, that's right. Bards have half proficiency. So if you want to make an attempt, Chester, you can, or you can decide to forfeit it and try climbing through the trees.
I forfeit it. I only have a +2.
Okay.
+2 ain't gonna save us from that.
I give Jester a boost up into the trees before climbing up myself.
All right. I would like both of you to make acrobatics checks as you're swinging from branch to branch, hovering over the black sulfuric acid water.
Oof.
Nat 20.
All right. So as the two of you are going through the branches, Periwinkle, you slip off, but Jester, with your nat 20, you catch Periwinkle by the collar, and Periwinkle, your boot touches the water, and it immediately starts to sizzle, and you can smell burning leather fill your nostrils. The deeper you go into the water, the worse it gets.
They would love to drop you right now. I don't think that'd be very beneficial. And I hoist you up back onto.
No, it would not be. It would not be a very good thing. Thank you. I continue on with you.
As you continue through the swamp, the black clouds break just long enough to illuminate what appears to be some sort of statue in the water. You see the visage of a man in pain trying to pull his boat through the thick swamp water, but this statue looks like a dead man frozen in the water.
Maybe a Medusa's nearby? Who knows?
Yeah, but why would it be a picture of him hauling his boat? Does the boat look like it's stone?
The boat has holes in it and appears to have sunken under. The man is made out of stone. The boat appears to be made of the same wood of the trees nearby, and it appears to be made of normal, unpetrified wood.
Huh. Yeah,
Take this mirror and try to avoid looking at things.
Periwinkle just shudders and he looks around for movement.
All right. I would like you to both make perception checks as you ape your way through the tree branches. Jester, you see nothing through the fog rising from the smoke. The black clouds quickly blot out what remains of the sun, and it's just too dark to see. Periwinkle, you squint, and you're able to see what at first glance would appear to be floating logs, but at second glance, you don't remember floating logs having eyeballs.
Help! 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 Yeah, I never get used to that. I puke down into the water.
As you puke into the water, your vomit burns within the acid, and you can see the eyeballs almost just haphazardly punched into the wood, all zoom and like their gazes fix on the vomit, attracted by the movement. You see them start to slowly float towards you.
Okay, it's in the water. Duly noted. Okay, Jester, keep. I point out the eyeballs. Something's underneath the water. It's apparently attracted to movement.
Indeed.
All right, let's just be nice and quiet as we move.
Indeed.
All right. So, you are able to swing over top of these logs with eyeballs, and you see they are in fact not logs at all. Now that you're directly over them, you see them for what they truly are.
Crocodiles.
No. So much no.
What are those things?
Are either of you proficient in nature?
Say it before and I'll say it again. Half.
And no.
Jester, I would like you to make a nature check for me.
That's a whopping 4 right there, bucko.
You're intelligent enough to recognize a crocodile for a crocodile, but you don't know what specific type of crocodile and whether those red eyes are just for dramatic effect or if they belie some deeper, more magical power. You have no idea what specifically it can do, but you imagine it's not pleasant.
Okay, definitely stay out of the water. No. Then I get an idea. To try and get it away, I will I will snap off a branch and chuck it in the opposite direction we're going.
I'm going to say that works. As you break off a branch, which you can easily do, and you chuck it, the water splashes, and you see 23 eyes rise, 23 pairs of eyes rise above the water and shoot towards the branch as like a mob. There's this blinding, splashing fury of jaws overlapping jaws as they attack the branch.
That would have been bad.
That would have been very bad. Now let's move. Let's get going while the going is getting.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to move as a unit, passing over the crocodiles, when finally you find an open patch of ground, just barely wide enough for the two of you to walk on.
Oh, sweet land. Sweet land. Like I would kiss it, but the fact of the matter is I'd probably fall into the...
I'd also kiss it, but I have a mask on.
Yeah. Like, I scan for... I scan out for... ahead of us to get an idea of what we're going to be going through.
If you're going to scout ahead, I'd like you to make a stealth check for me.
Yay! What my character's really good at.
Alright, so with a 20 stealth check, you're able to move ahead without attracting any attention. Jester, now too far in the distance to be seen through the fog. And you can see there's this large, wide creature blocking your continued forward path. It's just sort of sitting in the water, stopping the water flow and stopping your progress. And it looks a little something like this.
Like, Periwinkle makes a mental note of this, and he's thinking, you, as I go back and relay what I...
Oh my.
I swear, it looks like a mouth on legs.
A mouth on legs. Huh. Does he describe this image?
That's about as far as he goes, because the fact of the matter is he kind of fixated on the mouth.
Well, let's just go see this mouth with my own two eyes, shall we?
All right, be quiet, because I don't know if, because from the look of it looked like it might actually eat us whole without even chewing.
Jester gives a nod.
Periwinkle, since you scouted ahead, you scouted out the quietest path and how to avoid every twig and leaf on the way, so the two of you are able to move in silence. You get to about 60 feet away from the creature, and as you see this large, gaping mouth, you can see it almost start to vomit up this black sphere which fills the entirety of its mouth. It's this shining, polished obsidian black sphere in its mouth, and you see it aim this orb as if it were an eye somewhere in the trees, and you can see it do the opposite of glow. It is not emitting light. You watch as it absorbs light, creating this black rim around the orb, and as it does so, you can see a squirrel in the trees walk forwards, its eyes black, and it just seems to give up and fall over. The black ring around the eye fades, the black orb is swallowed, and it walks over and eats the demotivated squirrel alive.
I cast a message to talk to Periwinkle and says, it kind of looks like a demon centaur, and I don't want any business with it.
Yeah, but it's okay. We'll try and get it to. Try and get it to. Was it in the way of where we were going?
It is blocking your path. So this is a point where the river narrows to about 10 feet wide. This creature is also 10 feet wide and about 25 feet tall. The trees around you are about 40 feet tall.
Periwinkle gets an idea, and he whispers to Jester, "Let's get the alligators here."
I use message to cast back. Very good idea.
Yeah.
I have just the thing to do so.
I'd love to see it.
Let us go back to the spot where the crocodiles were.
You do so, and you do so in relative silence.
I am going to cast dancing lights, trying to lead the crocodiles.
As you cast the dancing lights, they sparkle and move throughout the air, catching the attention of 23 pairs of eyes. You can hear a low growl, and then crocodiles start shooting up from the water, trying to eat the light itself. Crocodile jumping over crocodile, fighting for their chance to devour the source of light.
As they try to devour it, another one just appears in the distance. Just kind of like a demented thing of owner just using a light to chase around.
So toe to toe, these crocodiles are about 5 feet wide. So as they're writhing over each other, getting to the 10-foot narrow of the river, only about 2, maybe 3 of them can fit, and that's if they're all rolling on top of each other, which you find them doing. And you find themselves nipping at each other almost as much as they're nipping at the lights.
Jester is trying just so hard right now to compress their laughter.
I give Jester a thumbs up, as I just stay out of the way.
I slowly lead them to the horrible centaur man.
As you lead the angry, ferocious crocodiles towards the centaur, this large creature gets offended by their presence and all the thrashing and the splashing, and he got some in his open mouth. He feels disturbed and irritated to have his sort of slothful, lazy night interrupted by all this activity. And you can hear the creature sort of groan, and as it groans, there's this vibration that trembles from its shoulders up its throat and out its mouth. And you can see it vomit back up its black orb as it attempts to discourage the crocodiles.
Periwinkle uses this to his advantage to go and steal the orb.
I would like you to make
I message Periwinkle. That's very ambitious, friend. Would you like some help?
If you can.
Would bardic inspiration totally draw attention to us?
That depends. Are you playing an instrument in order to accomplish that?
More of just messaging positive vibes towards Periwinkle.
Let's see. So, as a bard, I'm relatively certain your instrument is your spellcasting focus, meaning you have to actually play it, which would create noise.
Bardic inspiration is it's a feature. It can inspire others through stirring words or music. So if I message stirring words to Periwinkle, would that count?
If it specifically calls out words and you can use messages, then yes, that would be a fine workaround.
Alrighty. You have an extra 1d8 to steal this eye thing.
Awesome!
Periwinkle, I would like you to make a stealth check. You have advantage because this creature is distracted, and you have bardic inspiration on top of that if you would like to use it. Or you
I
can...
will say sleight of hand.
Smart man. Alright, you were able to get within kissing distance of this creature. You see it lowers its 25-foot head down to the base of the water, and you see it, this black hole, this sort of event horizon form around its eye, as all the crocodiles suddenly fall limp and still and lose their motivation to thrash about. And there is a very unsettling quiet. You can see it focus with laser-like precision on this horde of crocodiles.
I will take this as my chance to steal the orb.
You better make the best fucking sleight of hand check of your entire life.
I message clapping, like, good job.
All right, so it's a D8, right?
Yep, extra DA. I mean, you're stealing an orb in its mouth, so just for safety.
Not late, you are.
31.
Okay, cool. Slick check, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. So, Periwinkle, you leap over the sulfuric acid that is the water of this river, grab the basketball-sized orb from its mouth, and using your feet to push and your hands to pull, you rip this black obsidian eye from its mouth and fly backwards, landing on the shore. You can see the creature roar, its entire throat vibrating as it makes its sound, frustrated that you've stolen its gem.
I give a double thumbs up from inside the tree.
Like I go, I probably pissed it off.
Indeed. Wanna punch it?
Well, the fact of the matter is, it's from the look of it. I turn off the. Can I use the orb in any way?
You are not attuned to it, and you don't have time to, because you need to roll for initiative.
Crap.
Alright, Slick Jack, do you have a character created for Black Tears?
Of course. But we talked about him before.
I cannot hear you.
Yes, we talked about him.
Okay, I'd like you to go to
So
Campion's...
you are Pyro.
Yeah. So, what were you saying, my lord? Okay, you're typing, so I'll give you some.
You keep like cutting out in your voice.
I know. My internet sucks, even though I was just playing Overwatch and it was perfectly fine, but now it sucks for some weird.
Okay, are you Pyro Slick?
Yes.
Okay, you know, for some reason I thought you had a different username on D&D Beyond. But anyway.
Oh, I have multiple accounts.
Why?
I don't know. It's
You
fun.
gotta create all those characters, man.
Exactly, somebody gets me.
Only that freaking 6 cap if you don't buy a lot of crap. You gotta make the most of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, because how it is. Yeah. Well, bring your character in, because my character just pissed off an eyeball, like a mouth with legs.
Yeah. You see, if you're wondering about what I said in chat about the Snorlax and the picture posted, it was just a big thing blocking the river. I was like, oh hey, it's a Snorlax, and then this.
It's like, you guys are crazy.
Crazy like a fox.
Eh,
Okay. You know what? Pyro, you were sent by the Rogue King a little bit late. So you're joining the party, rushing across the very narrow shore between the 40-foot high wall of trees and the sulfuric acid river that you definitely don't want to take a dip inside. And as you're rushing across this very narrow strip of actual land, you see that your comrades have pissed off some 25-foot tall monstrosity.
By stealing its eyeball.
God damn it! I told them to wait for me. In my
Can we imagine that my character stole the eyeball just as he came, spotted us?
Absolutely.
that would be. Oh my god! He runs to them.
Alright, you're going to start 60 feet away from everybody else, Pyro, but I'd like you to make a initiative check for me.
And you're the first to act to it instead of maybe this eye thing, this mouth bowl.
But Jeebus, that was an incredibly high roll that I did with sleight of hand.
Haha, it goes last. The.
It's supposed to say the apathetic.
Alrighty. You're gonna have some trouble with this. Yeah.
Uh, Pyro, being the mad guy he is because he got left behind, he's gonna yell at his comrades and then shoot in place of the eye that was there a firebolt.
Is that just for flavor, or are you specifically trying to get this fireball down as far?
Flavor.
What?
Just flavor.
Just making that nice, cool ranch dressing.
What? That's not what I said.
Yes, it is. You're adding that flavor.
I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about my wildfire speed.
Do you name it Snuffles?
What?
All right. Your attack hits the apathetic on the side of its open mouth. Boom! The fireball explodes, dealing 8 fire damage. Before we continue, this is actually immediately relevant. I need your character to have 1 flaw and 1 quality. Have you picked one?
I already have all that prepared.
Okay.
I'm gonna send them.
What is your flaw and what is your quality?
Well, flaw is anger, and I yeah, exactly, pyro, and I didn't know what the other. So I just ignored it. I understand what flaw is, but what is the other thing?
Mechanically speaking, a quality means monsters spawn from that emotion. You take half damage from their attacks. Narratively speaking, it means it's something that you're particularly good at. Like if your quality is anger, for example, you use your anger to motivate you forward. Or like if guilty is your quality, your guilt is what motivates you, and stuff like that.
Okay, I'll. Okay, I'm gonna make anger my quality and my flaw, I'm gonna make it lonely because it's describing.
Okay. So, it appears that none of you have picked a flaw or a quality relevant to the current creature. So this is not going to apply in this specific combat encounter. Because you are up against the apathetic. So, with the 17...
Wait, I thought Periwinkle had like apathetic.
As a flaw or a quality?
Flaw.
Okay. Can I have all of you update the other category of your character sheet with your flaw and your quality so I can remember it?
Done. Yeah, that was like the first thing that I did once you told us to do that thing, so.
Perfect. Okay. So let me write down the damage really quickly.
Yeah, and I did. Let me hit update on the thing, but I did update it with I put it in personality and flaw. The two emotions.
Okay, I just did this.
So it's in your description, Periwinkle?
Yeah, and other I put it.
But I'll move them to description. But they were initially in personality traits and flaws.
Can you move them to other in your notes?
All right, 1 second.
All right, thank you. All right. So, Pyro, you hit it in the face with a firebolt that explodes on the side of its face, and it roars in pain. And you can see its entire throat vibrate as it roars. Do you have any other actions you can take on your turn?
I do, but I'm not gonna use it. So I end my turn.
Okay. Periwinkle, what would you like to do?
Periwinkle is gonna go, oh crap, 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 and he's gonna pocket the basketballs somehow, and he's gonna hide.
All right, roll stealth.
Yeah.
Are you cunning action hiding so you can do it as a bonus action?
Yep.
All right. You dive into the shadowy pit between two trees, and you are out of sight.
All right. Using going from that, I pull out my short bow and I loosen arrow.
All right, roll for hit with advantage because you are surprising him from the shadows.
I'm purple shadow.
All right, that's a hit. You hit the creature in its big, thick giraffe-like neck, fwink, and you can see the arrow sink halfway in.
All right, and I'm gonna add the sneak attack damage.
Nice. All right, you can see black ichor burst from the wound. You think you might have hit a relatively large vein, but the arrow itself is actually plugging the wound mostly. So you've caused a trickle.
And I will end my turn since I can't exactly move off the little shore, can I?
You can move up and down the river, you just can't really move side to side, and it's blocking your path. So you can move backwards, away from it, or forwards, closer to it, and that's about it.
I'm moving further away because I have its basketball and it's really pissed at me.
Yes, it is. All right, Jester, it is your turn.
From one of my many glove daggers, I'm going to yeet it at that boy.
Yeet away, good friend.
$16.
All right, that is a hit, and you deal maximum damage with that 7. Shink! Sticking the dagger into its throat. It's actually right next to the arrow. Yet another trickle opening up on its neck.
I'm also going to use one of my bardic inspirations to use psychic blades on the deck.
Nice.
It takes an extra 9 psychic damage.
All right, you can see as the blade glows with the pinkish violet light, you can see what you imagine passes for the creature's brain somewhere in the stem of its neck starts to vibrate, and you can see what looks like its ear open up and trickle with blood.
Excellent. I am going to bardic inspiration and start playing my instrument. Playing, if I Nocturne Operation 9 number 2 from Chopin. I'm a violin to give bardic inspiration to Pyro.
Really? Oh, thank you.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, Periwinkle already did something awesome. Time for somebody else to do something awesome. Well, awesome or incredibly stupid.
All right, does that end your turn?
Sure does.
God damn it. The apathetic, which is the name of the creature, is mad as hell. God damn it. He's madder than a bull in a red room. Let's just say that. So he is going to have to get his fat ass up. And you see that standing on his feet, he is only a couple of inches taller. He's got very short, nubby little legs.
What a manlet.
Yeah, Periwinkle actually snickers a bit at this.
You can clearly see these legs were not made for walking. They were meant for sitting like a fat ass.
These boots were made for sitting.
You can see it sort of retch like and it starts to bellow out this black smoke in a 120-foot a sphere around it. You find yourselves wafting this wretched smoke away from you, but at first you feel no effects. As far as you're aware, it does nothing. And you can even, as you waft it away, it almost kind of dissipates, and you wonder what the purpose was. Then you see long tentacles with blades at the ends shoot out 60 feet long, and they shoot out both towards Periwinkle. And they are going straight for them arms.
Is it a save or is it an attack roll?
He is going to roll to hit.
I think I know what that smoke was for now.
Roll at disadvantage, robe of displacement.
Hey, we got the same thing!
He lifted his.
You got yourself out of a nat 20 there, friend.
Yay! And neither of them hit.
All right. So with the thick black smoke rolling around your feet, you deftly dodge. Does a 13 hit, by the way?
Nope, my armor class is 14.
Being the nimble,
Hey, we twins, bro. We twinning.
being the nimble rogue that you are, the first one, you just tilt your head to the side. The other one, you take your hand and sort of karate chop it out of your way. And they both fly past you and puncture trees behind you, raining splinters down upon you in dramatic fashion.
Whew.
Are these like guild mandated or something? He looks at his robe.
I stole mine.
I got mine from a friend, and by friend I mean someone that I stabbed, but still.
Alright, you're going to see the creature just sort of let out another bellowing roar of frustration. A little bit more smoke comes out, and you wonder what the point is as the smoke almost completely dissipates around you, and it ends its turn.
I have a complete idea, Mr. DM.
I do.
Pyro, what would you like to do?
Hmm. Think for a second.
You got your buddy.
If he should summon his buddy, he's gonna go against it and just scorching ray this thing in the face.
You can try. Make a wisdom save.
Make a what?
Make a
Wisdom
wisdom save.
What were you saying?
Never mind. Proceed.
Yeah, as I was saying. There should 3 arrays, so let me...
Your first scorching ray shoots and misses. The large, fat creature doesn't even get out of the way. You just straight up miss by a mile. The second scorching ray assassinates a toad nearby. But your third international strike does manage to hit.
By fire damage. Totally worth it. I'm kind of a pro. You can, I assume
you can feel your body feel sluggish. You feel unmotivated. And your first 2 attacks, you just sort of half-assedly throw out. But you shake your head, you steel yourself, you get your focus back on, and you shoot the final and third one directly into its neck. And you can see scorch marks spiderweb out from the impact site.
God damn it. Goddamn toad deserved.
Periwinkle.
Periwinkle remembers the crocodiles. And goes, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to check the dancing lights. All right, I have a stupid idea. I'm going to use dancing lights to create a line for the crocodiles to follow.
As you cast your dancing lights in it and get excited, you feel that anticipation, and then nothing happens. And as you look at the crocodiles, you can see that they have turned to stone.
At least we know what did them in. The one while back.
I'm gonna intelligence check to see how this happened.
You can make a nature or arcana check.
All right.
Let me see them dice.
They.
As you look at the crocodiles, you see it doesn't appear to be ordinary stone. The stony skin that's formed around them has polished black obsidian. And as you look at the black orb that you've tucked away in your backpack, you can see a similar stony coating forming over the items in your backpack as it just passively sits there.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work on it. Periwinkle goes, he's gonna let it sit. He's gonna let it sit there as he cunning action hides.
Good idea.
Oh dear Lord!
Zooey mama.
You try to hide behind Jester, and you completely fail.
Yeah, because the fact of the matter is, Jester's red. My character is purple.
I just kind of look at you.
Please don't let it. The thing. The orb is what caused them to turn to stone.
Got it. Do you think it has any eyes? Like, can it see us or anything?
Yeah, it's not my turn, so I can't really say anything.
Talking's a free action, my dude.
That is true.
I don't know. I think I might have stolen its eye. That's why it's so mad at me.
Let's just hear this out real quick. Hey, you! I yell over to the creature, seeing if it responds at all.
It responds immediately, letting out this bellowing, throat-shaking roar in your general direction.
PP! I cast hideous laughter on it. Please make a wisdom save.
Okay. You said wisdom,
From
right?
the sound
Oh,
of it-
fuck.
Wisdom.
Sound of it? This character probably has wisdom oozing out of its non-existent ears.
You'd think so, but actually, no.
He fails. He's prone now.
Alright, it falls 6 inches down as it falls off its feet.
How does it laugh sound since it's going into fits of laughter?
You ever been on the phone with someone on a really fucking windy day and there's just that on the other line?
Yeah.
Sounds exactly like that.
Excellent.
I mean, like when I was a kid and the wind blew directly into my ears.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can't stand up for crap unless it makes the save on its turn. And it makes the save at the end of its turn. So even if it does, we at least prevented it for a turn. I end my turn.
Alright.
Nightmares about the.
Make another whiz save. Make another whiz.
Watch Nat 20.
What?
I think you accidentally typed up the wrong thing. I don't know.
Not gonna pass there, bucko.
Okay, so what happens when it fails?
It just continues the effect. So it's still laughing, it's still prone, still can't do anything.
So it effectively cannot make actions.
Yeah.
Alright, you can see the black smoke that it has previously cast out has sort of like fallen to the ground and now merely licks at your ankles. It appears to have lost its active ingredient.
Lero.
Pyro, it is your turn.
God damn it. Wait, is it falling prone?
Yep.
Oh my god, doesn't that mean my ranged attacks are at this?
Are thrown at this, but if you go up next to it, you can stab it real nice.
I'm not doing that. I'm glad with my 120 feet away.
You're 60
Actually,
feet.
no, 60 feet. Yeah. I was reading my distance from the spell. Well,
Wow, puss, you can't even walk 60 feet.
I'm ignoring you, and well, you bloody idiot! Now I can't even aim properly.
Good for you.
And it's not worth the scorching ray. And he's gonna go for another fire.
All right.
Actually, prone. If I remember correctly, those guys have dis and dexterity saves. Am I right?
If I remember correctly, actually, it acts as incapacitated, so it automatically fails them if I remember.
Let me look up the specific ruling before I give that to you.
Yeah. Please do. Are you guys like what was it? Are you guys around
And,
8
and whenever it takes damage, it also gets to make another save against it.
How close are you to it?
Me? Like
Well,
30 feet?
And you?
Periwinkle's behind Jester, so you connect the dots.
I'm safe to do what I want. Great.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about prone acting as incapacitated.
It's just in hideous laughter.
Incapacitated just means it can't take actions or reactions.
Alright.
So, it has disadvantage on dex saves. You have disadvantage on ranged attacks, advantaged on melee attacks.
Yeah, what I'm doing isn't a ranged attack. It's just something next to.
What are you doing?
You're doing a meme, aren't
Casting
you?
fireball.
I'm doing a fireball.
Well, it
Please
does
roll.
have disadvantage on fireball. By the way, are you guys within a 20-foot radius?
Nope, I already checked.
No, we aren't. But those crocodiles are.
You don't think I ask before I do my crazy actions? I wouldn't want to hurt.
Well, the crocodiles are stone, so they ain't getting out the way. Let me roll a disadvantage dex save against Fat Boy.
And then make a wisdom save to end the incapacitative effect of hideous laughter.
1 second.
Yeah, but God.
God,
Still
it's
saves with
easy.
disadvantage.
Yeah, because mine's trash, but it's fine. I'm not mad. You are. He only takes 13 damage.
12 damage.
He is correct. It's 12 damage. Alright, let me tally up the damage really quickly. Because you've dealt... Okay. So after casting your fireball, you can see that it just sort of waddles its long giraffe-like neck out of the way of the majority of the blast, but it still gets hit by some of the fire, and you can see it's been thoroughly scorched. And you visibly notice this creature is in agony. You would estimate it's somewhere around half of its life force.
I'll be right back. So give me a second. Just move on. If you want to attack me, my AC.
Alright, Periwinkle, it is your turn.
Winky Pet.
No, by the way, I have to say before you continue, make a wisdom save to see if you come out of
Hideous laughter.
hideous-
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's on its turn.
No, because he hit it, it needs to make another save.
Oh.
Whenever it takes damage, it needs to make.
One.
I don't think that makes it.
He still finds something funny.
He still finds pee funny.
Still laughing hysterically at that.
Yeah, Periwinkle, he from his back he pulls out a short sword and goes, and he runs up to do a stab.
Do your best.
Alright, let's see the stabbity stab. It is technically prone, even though, like, in universe, the only actual difference is it's 6 inches shorter, but mechanically you have advantage, which is so dumb.
Wow, 6 inches shorter? Wow.
Alright, so with advantage, and you actually needed that advantage, you deal max damage with your short sword.
And due to the fact that he gave me that I have advantage, I got sneak attack.
Nice. So 9 plus 13 is 22.
And with that, Periwinkle does cutting action dash, basically making the Zoidberg noise as he does it. As he moves back.
Okay, so as you stab it in the side of its neck as it's prone, therefore 6 inches lower, you open up another vein and it starts bleeding black ichor all over the ground. The black ichor hitting the sulfuric acid and turning to blocks of amorphous stone.
All right, but you do have to you can make another wisdom save to see whether or not he makes it out of that.
Stop laughing.
15.
He actually doesn't make it.
What is the save? 16?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. That just feeds into his laughter.
This is fun. I'm going to second that, Periwinkle. I go up and stab the creature.
Okay, roll with advantage. This is so dumb.
How do I spell rapier?
Rapier.
There we go.
Alright, that is a hit.
I use my last bardic inspiration to stab this extra harder with psychic blades.
You give it you give it the force it to listen to the chicken dance.
I give it that good old brain wiggle.
Alright. Fuck, that's a lot of damage. How do you want to end this?
I poke it nice. So I poked it before with my dagger, right? I threw it at him, and its sort of brain area jiggled, right? So then I ran up to it with my rapier and stabbed where the part wiggled with the extra wiggle juice on my blade.
With the extra wiggle juice.
Yeah. You know, psychic blades, extra wiggle juice, tomato.
Okay, sure, you do that and it dies. As the creature dies, you see all of its arteries suddenly burst open one by one, and the entire thing just sort of deflates, leaving nothing but skin, ichor, and partially digested people in your wake. In fact, its flesh creates like a sort of like pool on top of the water. You can see as its ichor touches the water, the ichor turns to stone.
Periwinkle gets an idea. Is there any ichor left?
The ichor turns to stone as it touches the acid.
So no.
You see that it's more of like a chalky sort of rock, not like a heavy granite block, and it's actually lighter than the water, but very brittle and crumbly to the touch.
I try to tap it with my foot, see if it like breaks up at all.
It doesn't break, but you do kick up some dust.
Okay, Periwinkle actually sulks a little bit because he's going, oh, is the oil flask turned to stone too?
Is your oil flask being worn or carried in your backpack?
Yeah.
You can see there's this like stony coating forming over the oil flask, but the contents are fine. However, you're fairly confident that if you leave this orb in your pack for long, everything will eventually turn to the same sort of Tums quality stone.
Yeah, he pulls it out going, no, I kind of need those things.
Give it here, just hand it over. I could probably carry it. Or we could take turns to not have our hands turned to stone.
Periwinkle gets an idea. Again, he pulls out his coin purse. Is it big enough to fit the basketball in?
No!
It's a coin purse and a basketball.
No!
Damn it.
A fraction of the necessary size, sir.
How about in a chest?
Yes, it would definitely fit in a chest. Do you have one?
Yes. Because for some reason, one of the starting items for an entertainer is chest.
Bro, that's so dumb. You could just put it in the place of your bow and then get another one and you have a full chest. Like, you guys don't even ever think like.
No, I think like me, which sometimes involves collapsing windmills.
I'm still not forgiving you for that.
You have to tell me that story, bro. I heard you mention it so many times.
Yeah,
After the session.
After the session. Yeah, Periwinkle hands over the basketball. Still mine though.
Got it. I open my chest, stick the ball in, lock it, and then it stick like a sticker that says "Do not open," and then I carry it on my back.
That works. All right. That problem was solved way easier than I thought it would be.
Well, you have me, which my ideas are vary wildly between incredibly awesome or incredibly stupid. This happened to be on the awesome.
God, I love players. All right. So, in this narrowing of the river, there is zero land. So you can either like guerrilla your way through the trees, or you can test your luck on this chalk tier raft.
Periwinkle, he's gonna. He's gonna look at the skin of the apathetic creature, and he has an idea. He's gonna saw off a section of it and toss it into the river.
So the skin is about twice the thickness of regular like cow's hide, but so it takes quite a bit of sawing. It's like
It's like sawing through the world's worst steak.
Exactly. It's like trying to saw through a steak with a butter knife. So it takes you a good solid minute to get a solid chunk of skin off, but you do manage to do it. And as you throw it onto the water, the skin is fine and it floats.
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Well, we, well, if we, this is probably going to be incredibly disgusting, but how about we make some pants?
No.
Why not? It doesn't seem to be harmed by the, doesn't seem to be harmed by the river.
I have another idea. Any of you got a blanket?
I do. Periwinkle looks at you like you said something stupid. I'm a thief.
That doesn't matter. Do you have a blanket?
No, I do not.
Any big pieces of cloth at all?
The only thing I got is my backpack and this. He pulls out his bag of ball bearings.
Thanks, Pascal.
Well, I guess flesh pants is okay.
Well, we got to make sure. Go either that or we wrap the Ooh, any of you guys got an axe?
Let me check.
An axe, anything that basically can, because I'm thinking maybe we make a raft and we use the deflated apathetic creature skin to basically reinforce it.
I guess with enough sawing, I could use my rapier. Maybe a dagger.
Yeah, we'll be at that all day.
I heard of a tale of a man named Steve that could beat down a tree with his bare fist.
We're not Steve. Okay, Periwinkle gives it some thought. I'm still liking the idea about the. He's gonna find a way to pick up the deflated skin, and he's gonna pretty much roll it up into a big nasty ball and put it into his backpack.
All right. You have to flick some of the acid off and wait for it to become inert. Roll it up, and it smells. It's greasy. It's weird. It's wet, but it does ball up and go into your pack.
Yeah, this is probably well, at least we got something. This is in case of emergency.
Can we take a nap for a second? I'm kind of feeling exhausted and can't come up with any musical ideas. I'm out of bardic inspirations, and if we get into another battle, I'd kind of like those.
Well, I guess so. But the fact of the matter is, where are we gonna take a nap?
Good point. On the flesh?
Periwinkle takes a look at the ball. The fact of the matter is, I should be okay with it since I got the idea, thinking of wearing pants to keep us safe from the acid. But ew. Let's at least go a bit further and see if we can find at least a safe-ish spot.
Yeah, true.
So the river ahead is about 10 feet wide, walled off by 40-foot high walls of trees. You can either get on the raft, make your own, or you can monkey swing from the trees. What do you do?
I'm going to channel my inner Tarzan.
All right, I would like you to make an acrobatics check to not fly into the sulfuric acid river.
Oh, I'm flying.
All right, so as you are, you swing from branch to branch like Tarzan. There's one or two branches that break away, but your just innate acrobatic ability allows you to grab another one before you fall into this acrid, acidic swamp. And you can see as you scout ahead that a lake with a much broader shoreline lies about 100 feet ahead.
Periwinkle. Oh, I think I see something, but we're gonna have to test it real quick before we decide to take a nap there.
All right. I'm all good for testing as long as I can get a bit of shot off.
I'm gonna scan as I get closer. I'm gonna scan to see if there's any nasty things that might come at us.
So you're walking along the shores of the lake with your friends behind you, correct?
Yep.
All right. So as you walk around the shores of the lake, you see the trees finally, mercifully give way to something that looks like a settlement. You see this about 50 feet away from the lake.
Huh.
Want to ask if there's anyone willing to keep us in for a night?
Well, I say we be on our toes because the fact of the matter is we just faced something that has had the stone that messed with the stone orb. So I'd say let's be careful. If push comes to shove, we can always find a nice basement to sleep in.
I'm gonna go ask them. I knock on the door of this building.
Okay, so Periwinkle has successfully Tarzaned his way across the water. Jester, if you would like to join him, you can either ride the raft or Tarzan your way across.
All right. Well, I already rolled. I chose Tarzaning.
Okay. With a 17, yes, you're able to get across. And it looks like Pyro rolled a 21.
I rolled the 8. I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8 to Tarzan?
As you can... Yes, I rolled an 8 to Tarzan.
Alright. So, as you attempt to swing from tree to tree, the branches give way and you fall into the acid. Make a con save.
That's a constitution check, still. Eh.
Still technically different. Let me have your reroll. It's an S, not a C.
Yeah, I know.
Neither of those make it.
I hear the splash.
Alright, you take 13 acid damage as the branch breaks in your hands and you fall into the river. You have landfall, you have trees bordering either side of you. Slick Jack, you rolled a 21 on your acrobatics check. So not only are you acrobatic enough to swing through the trees, you're also acrobatic enough to lock arms with Jester and lift her back up. And the two of you make your way across. And Slick Jack can't fucking hear me now, can he?
Nope.
Well, we'll tell him when he gets back that he saved your life.
Alright.
So, after taking 13 acid damage, you eventually reach landfall and walk across the shores and you meet up with Periwinkle.
I'm going to cast a healing word on myself.
Understood.
Alrighty. Get 6 health back.
Alright, so the three of you are looking at what almost looks like a church in the middle of this desolate swamp. What do you do?
I be polite and knock on the door.
So as you approach the door, you can hear a young woman's voice singing from inside. And as you knock, the singing is interrupted. And you hear a hello?
Hello, we are insurance salesmen.
No solicitors.
Are you really
Room
insurance?
service?
Yeah, we're actually room service. Do you want some food?
Ah, someone ordered me food. Ah, how wonderful. Come in. The door opens on its own.
I
Yeah,
am going to be polite and walk in, after I was so kindly invited.
Periwinkle is gonna scan the area to see if there's anything that might jump out at him.
So as you walk inside, you can see this is a 2-story tall building filled with way too many candles. Like, there are so many candles that it's actually as bright as day within the church itself. And you see a little girl in tattered robes with golden swirls around her at all times. And she looks sad, but slightly hopeful. She goes, "So did someone bring me food?"
Yes.
Just
We did bring you food.
I'm very hungry.
Have this. I get out my ink, my 1 ounce bottle of ink.
one. Periwinkle slaps that, going, no.
Can I grab it again since he slapped it out of my hand?
Sure, the ink bottle is sturdy enough to survive being dropped to the ground, and you can pick it back up.
Periwinkle he goes, I don't have much, but here you go. He holds out what looks like some jerky.
All right, she'll take the ration, open her mouth big and wide, and just humph, and swallow it in one gulp.
So what's her name?
Hello. I am Boo. Yes. Boo-hoo. How can I help you? Yes.
Can we stay here for the night?
Yes. I like company. I'm lonely. Yes.
Periwinkle is already a bit suspicious of her, and he's gonna go. Excuse me, I'm gonna go see if we can find a place to bed for the night, and my character's actually gonna scout the place.
What you can find without a check is that there's what appears to be the main prayer hall, the biggest open area within the building. There's a bedchamber immediately in the back. There's a kitchen to the right and a storage closet to the left of the entrance.
He's gonna check the kitchen real quick. Open up the pantry.
Dust and cobwebs.
I'm gonna investigate, see how long it's been like this.
Absolutely.
As soon as it decides to do it.
Aberrations.
Pooh. And nothing. I rolled a nat 1.
Epic. Gino. Gino.
Did we lose you?
I think so, by him not talking.
Oh, poop.
It says that you're speaking, but you're not actually talking. Like, words aren't coming through. No, Xeno.
Ah. Yeah, I don't see his icon lighting up.
Yeah, I saw it lighting up just a little bit ago.
Ah. Yeah, I didn't see that because I thought you were referring to me there, real quick, since I was the one talking.
Can you hear me if I switch to my laptop microphone?
Yes.
We hear you.
Let me test something really quickly. And how about now?
Yes.
We hear you.
Weird. I switched to a laptop and then back to the blue snowball, and now you can hear me.
Huh. But,
Odd.
yeah, I rolled a nat 1 on my investigation.
As far as you can tell, the dust appears to be decorative. Who knows? It could have been placed there on purpose just to be moody. As you open up the cupboards, you find plates and cups and silverware and bowls, but they're all clean, just dusty.
Periwinkle, while he didn't discern anything, he's still a bit suspicious. Unless he goes back and he whispers to her. I looked in the pantry and it was dust and cobwebs. I think it might have been decorative, but I don't know. Something just doesn't stir the.
Do you live here by yourself, Boo?
I'm all alone. Yes, yes.
How
Insight check.
long have you lived here?
Millennia. Yes, yes. No, centuries. No? I don't know. No.
Yeah, inside check. Something's definitely not stirring the cobweb.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna assume. We walk, we found this house, and we find this little girl inside it.
We.
Right?
Yes, you see a little girl floating in the air surrounded by golden swirls of magical energy.
Okay.
With a 16 insight check, you believe that she is the definition of an airhead. She does not appear hostile. She just seems lonely, bored, and kind of hungry.
How long ago did you eat? Other than this moment.
Years? Decades, maybe? They don't feed me very often.
What are you and what feeds you?
Me? I'm Boo. Boo-hoo. Yes, yes.
Periwinkle asks, "What do you usually eat?"
Whatever I'm fed.
Okay. Does it? Does that include long pork?
Sorry, does that include what?
Long pork, basically the slang term for human flesh.
Oh, long pork. I thought you said long fork. I'm like, she's not eating cutlery, Fred.
Wait. I have a question. There's a slang term for human flesh.
Yeah, long pork.
I was long pork, people.
There is slang for.
Because people say that it tastes like pork, but
That's
humans
so
are longer than
gross.
pigs.
Yeah. Humans are weird. Scary.
That's so
Yeah,
gross.
that's he's being deceptive to try and see if he can fish anything out.
All right. So, as you ask her if she eats long pork, she, much like myself, has no idea what the slang term is, and she goes, "I like pork. I like beef. I like chicken. I like what I'm fed."
If someone fed us to you, would you eat us?
Well, I'm supposed to eat whatever I'm fed. It's naughty to say no to gifts.
Who feeds you?
Whoever walks in.
Uh, Pyro's gonna attempt something. He's gonna grab one of his torches and it's just like, here is food.
She will float over, grab the torch, and eat it.
What?
Just one gulp down the hatch. Doesn't even chew.
I cast message to Pyro and Periwinkle. Now this might just be my morbid curiosity, but I kind of want to see if she'll eat a knife.
Oh, that's stupid.
I mean, she didn't die after eating a torch.
He does have a point.
Periwinkle,
How about a fork?
he gets an idea. I'm going, no. I got an idea. Periwinkle, he's gonna take out the big ball of nasty.
It's in my
stuff.
chest.
No, not that.
Oh, the ball of nasty.
Yeah, the skin.
Fish.
He asks Pyro, do you have something a bit better than a dagger or a short sword? I need a hack off piece. I have an idea.
All I have from my weaponry is a scimitar.
Scimitar, that will work.
I can't give you my only weapon.
I'll give it back.
Oh, okay. And if you don't give it back, I'll summon my wild spirit and kill you. Here we go.
You're fading out on us.
Oh.
He'll summon his wild spirit and kill you.
Yeah, if you don't give it.
Why would I need a scimitar? It's too flashy. Okay. I take the scimitar, I lay out a section of the skin, and I slice a piece off.
With all the grace of someone trying to cut a blanket with a machete, the piece comes off in torn, sloppy chunks, but you can make as large of a cut as you want.
It's not a very big one. It's just big enough to. He's testing something, so he takes the piece, which is about the size of large enough to make a glove out of it, and he goes, do you eat this?
Is it food?
It depends. He gets depends on how you react to it. If you don't, just, as of right now, yeah, it's food.
I eat what I'm fed. Yes.
I hand it to her.
She will open her mouth as wide as it goes, toss it right down the throat, zero chewing, and gulps it down. She does not appear to have any ill effects whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay, so how small is this child? Like, age-wise, if they were a human.
Let's see. Judging by the picture, I'm terrible at actually judging the ages of children. I'm gonna throw a dart at a board and say 7.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say 8.
7 or 8 in that age range. As far
After
as like
eating
actual
this-
height is concerned, she's very small.
After eating this gloved-sized piece of meat, is there any change in stomach size?
None whatsoever.
Could you open your mouth nice and wide for me real quick?
Ah.
Do I see anything?
Well, it's dark inside. Do you have a light source or dark vision?
We're all drow. We have 120 feet of dark vision, man.
One moment.
Yeah, we see in the dark really well.
We live in the underdark, not in the underlight. Forehead.
Bro, I have an idea. I have a great idea.
What's your idea?
I can cast like dancing lights and just tell her it's food.
No.
Though, hear me out. If in the stomach we see some lights, which hopefully we should, then maybe it's normal-ish. If it doesn't, then she probably has a black hole inside.
Oh.
Do it as soon
Real
as I said.
classy there, friend. I just see. Just see the galaxy. Don't.
Yeah, Periwinkle. Ek looks at it and whispers, "I think she's a creature of. Like, I don't. I think she might be something meant to test us. I'm not 100%.
Oh, bloody hell, what are you? Just say it already.
I need some help. Are you strong, Pyro?
Well, depending on what you mean.
Can you cut down a tree with a scimitar?
No, but that's what magic is for.
Could you give me a tree? One from outside.
Excuse me while I see my.
Periwinkle gets an idea. Can you leave this place?
I'm not allowed to leave this place. No.
Who does not allow
Why not?
you?
That's what I was told.
Who told you?
People who come here.
Who's the person that comes here?
I don't know. I don't remember. No.
Well, I have a question for you. What if we told you otherwise? Shouldn't you listen to us since we're the last people who are here?
Make a deception check.
Okay.
Yes, I
Yeah,
don't know
there's
the answer.
Yeah, my character's this is kind of his thing, but I'll.
Oh,
Well, I guess I do what I'm told. Yes.
okay. I didn't think it would go like that. So what should we do? Should we take her with us?
I offer Boo a hand.
She will take your hand.
I meet her outside.
Periwinkle goes, "What? So you eat anything that we consider you can is called you're told is food, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Come outside with me real quick.
She will float with you as you go outside.
I point to a tree. Eat that.
Tree too big.
Eat that. I point to a stick that's fallen onto the ground.
Nah. She will grab a stick that is much longer than she is tall, but is narrow enough to fit in her mouth, and just swallow it whole.
Bro, she ate a goddamn torch. You're just giving her doing the same thing. Bro, we should try to give her a torch that's on fire. I mean, no, that would be wrong.
That's a good idea. I like that idea.
Uh,
Take a torch and light it.
That's my special.
Eat this.
What do you hand her?
I give her a lit torch.
Okay. She will swallow the torch. You can see it glow as it goes down her throat and then snuff out.
Hear me out. After we're done with the mission, if we go to a circus, she can make us a lot of money.
Indeed.
Well,
One last test. I empty one of my vials of oil. I stick it in my chest real quick, take it out after it's been stoned, pop it open, and try to take some acid from the lake.
Okay, so you fill the bottle with acid. I'd like you to make a sleight of hand check to not accidentally splash sulfuric acid on your hands, please.
Oh.
We're having way too much fun with this.
You have to do it very slowly and very gingerly, but you catch some waves directly into the bottle and fill it about 3/4 of the way up before you're risking dunking your entire hand in.
Drink this.
She grabs the vial itself and throws the entire vial into her mouth.
well, that's about as useful as.
All right. I think.
Oh, right. I think we've had
Very-
enough. Yes. So, wait. Last question before we head out. Do you ever digest the stuff? If you catch my drift.
I don't know.
I tried to give her the Heimlich maneuver.
Hags!
Yeah,
Does
Periwinkle.
anything come?
No.
Come on, let the guy talk. Periwinkle. What were you saying?
I have one last question. What did some of our other friends look like? We're trying to find them.
Well, I get a lot of visitors. Sometimes I get visited by hags.
Where's that hag?
She points farther away from the lake, deeper into the woods.
Shall we go, boys?
Or would you like to accompany us?
Well, I'm not supposed to leave the church, but you should go visit the hags. Hags make potions.
Didn't we already talk about this since
No,
we
we're
told
going
you?
to go pay her a visit. And they would love to see their friend again.
Blacktier Castle is not that far away, but don't go there. No. There's a fog of madness around the castle. Bad. Hags and their potions make you immune. Yes.
Good to know. May we come with you to the hag's place?
Okay.
All right. Let us go, boys.
Periwinkle pats Boohoo on the head, going. In exchange, we will get you many delicious things. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, bloody hell! Don't lie to the girl. Probably we're going.
Who says? Periwinkle says. Who says I'm lying to her?
Yeah.
As you grab her by the hand and lead her out of the church, as soon as she hits the doorway flashes with violet light and launches her 60 feet straight backwards. She crashes into the floor, tearing up floorboards as she tumbles to a stop.
Are there any windows on this building?
There are stained glass windows which appear to have vague depictions of various deities.
I smash one of the windows and ask Boo to come through there.
Boo is unconscious.
Oh.
All right. Well,
like
I guess we're gonna
unconscious hurt, or just unconscious as in, knocked out?
She looks like she hit her head on the way down, but she isn't bleeding.
I'm going
Yeah,
to take the child, try to see if it'll catapult her again if I try to put a finger through the window. Does it?
I'm not sure if you heard that.
No, I did not.
So as you touch a finger to the window, it goes through just fine. As a millimeter of child touches a millimeter of open window, it flashes again and shoots her 60 feet back into the church.
Periwinkle's gonna catch her.
That's fun.
But Periwinkle's gonna try and catch her.
You're definitely fast enough to get in the way. Make a strength save to not take damage in the process.
Alrighty.
So there's definitely magic
Oh, gee.
going on here.
Let's see. So fall damage is 1d6 per 10 feet, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I rolled a nat 1.
So with 60 feet, so 66. One moment. You take 21 bludgeoning damage as you take her to the chest like a cannonball. You do, however, slide to a stop and gently set her down.
Oh god. Oh god.
That was fun. Let's do that again.
No!
This window will work.
Bloody idiot.
Stop it.
Well, do you guys have any better ideas on how to get this girl out of...
It looks like this place is a threshold.
Or, hear me out, maybe it's not needed for us to take her. Let's go to the Hags.
But she's fun. She can eat things.
What else can eat things?
Huh.
My fire spirit if you don't get your ass to the Hags.
Like that measly little thing could eat me.
Look, disrespecting me is one thing, disrespecting Pyro is another. And yes,
Wait, you
His name
and
after
your
me.
fire spirit are named the same thing?
yes.
That's kind of dumb. I walk out of the building and start going to where she pointed to the hag's place.
Ow. I rub my chest. Odds are probably a couple broken ribs.
I do hear a word on what's his face.
Periwinkle.
I cast it twice since I didn't use any of my first levels.
Yeah, that little stunt almost killed hurt Periwinkle.
You heal 9 damage. It's not that much. It's
Yeah, I
you
hear.
know what? I'll use. Okay. So in total, 60. Like, I hope you're okay. Let's leave before
Yeah,
I
sure.
kill that.
God, there is now just a ugly bruise right where she cannonballed into his chest.
Oh, before we go, I write a little note on my parchment that just says, "Sorry, we had to leave. We're going to the hag's place. Be back soon."
Are you here?
Periwinkle rubs his chest as he jeez.
What, are you
That's-
hungry or something?
No! Your little stunt broke a couple ribs. If it weren't for him, I would still be. You would hear me wheezing right now. He
Yeah,
points
I would have
to.
healed you.
Whatever. I lead the way again, scouting out.
Well, you're pretty hurt. Let me lead the way.
What was that?
You're pretty hurt. Let me lead the way.
Nah, I'm good. The fact of the matter is odds are you probably want to. If I let one of you two lead the way, we probably end up lost or something. At least I can get out. Get out.
You think my sense of navigation is that bad? They literally pointed us in the direction.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, you might trip over something and alerting the hags. I'd rather not make that. Gotta take that chance.
I think the point is we do alert the hags, since if we don't want to go in blazing and killing them, which is a fun
Just
option, I'm not
Let
We
me deal with them.
giving them.
So you guys lead us to it, and then I'll deal with the hack. Sound good?
Whatever.
No, don't trust. Let's finish what we're doing.
But Periwinkle does indeed lead the way.
Zeno!
Zenador!
Are you there, Big Papa?
You know, you can't say yes and then not respond. By the way, remember when I'm pushed to talk.
I think
He
you
only uses push to talk. He knows that for a fact.
Maybe he's just dumb sometimes.
No, he big brain.
I
You
think
know.
what happened is that his mic is causing problems.
Maybe after he saw how cool Pyro is, he just fainted. Yeah, I think that's it. You know, if you fainted because of how cool Pyro is.
I'm not Danar.
What?
I figured you were referring to Danar, and that's not me.
Didn't say Danos.
He said Zeno.
Yeah. I know you're not Danos. You're Vsauce.
Hey, can you hear me at all?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Interesting. It's lighting up green, but it isn't talking. Oh, speak again.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
We hear.
What is wrong with my microphone?
It sucks big dong.
I think it might not be the microphone. I think it might be Discord.
Discord can suck a fatty. Ah!
Growling noises.
Does anything happen on our way to the Hags hut?
Okay, so couple things that I was trying to say for the past couple of minutes, but Discord decided to be Discord about it. Periwinkle, as you tank the cannonball that is Boo to the chest, despite it hurting quite a bit, you're relatively confident you stopped that concussion from developing into permanent brain damage. So, rest easy knowing you did the morally right thing. But as you all...
Yeah, let's go.
As you all leave the church, She pointed in a very specific direction, and it's almost impossible to miss the direction she was pointing, as it's a relatively narrow walkway with just a handful of branching sideways paths, if you should so choose to take a detour. But as you're walking down this large main path, you feel yourselves walking straight, and you can see the road is straight, but the farther down you walk, the more it seems to just sort of turn to the right. Do you trust your feet and walk forward, or do you trust your eyes and follow the curve?
I make a survival check.
I
Absolutely.
trust my feet is.
I'm going to make an investigation check.
Oh, bro, I don't think that was good. Oh, man.
Periwinkle, as you investigate the terrain,
As you investigate the terrain.
As I investigate the terrain.
Bro, that's so cool. You figured that out while investigating the terrain.
Yeah,
Awesome.
well, that's a lot in terrain investigating. And I mean, that's so wild.
hello?
Thump, thump.
Yeah,
Hello.
now we hear you again.
Okay, so, Periwinkle, you put your eyes to the ground and you can visibly see with your own two oculars the path is clearly curving to the right. Pyro, you have a very strong innate sense of direction. You trust your body, you trust your sense of north, and you know that you are walking straight and the path is dead ahead and that you should not travel to the right.
Okay, Periwinkle starts to. He gets up and he's about to start following the curve.
I grab him.
Oh, what?
I'm a man of roads and traveling. Trust me on that one. Don't. Follow me.
Alrighty, Yeah, the fact of the matter was, I was intentionally making it seem like that to give your character a chance to shine.
So as you guys continue walking, the curve gets harder and harder and harder until it looks as though you're about to walk directly into a wall of trees and hit your faces on the trees. Do you continue forward or do you follow the curve?
To the wall, brethren.
Well, we went this far. Might as well continue.
Periwinkle's is gonna take his short sword and testing it. He's gonna push it against the in the direction against the curve. Basically, the same direction they're going.
So as you walk straight ahead, not trusting your eyes which are curving right, you thrust your sword forward into the wall of trees in front of you, and it passes through the tree as if it's not really there.
Alrighty, well, I wave it around.
Nothing happens.
Well, how about that? False wall. I push my hand through it.
Alright, does the group go through the wall of trees?
Yes.
You walk through the wall of distorted air, and you come out on the other side, and you see an unmistakable witch's hut.
Alright, I got this, boys. Stay back. Actually,
I'm gonna hide.
Periwinkle. Yeah. I go up to the front door, clear my voice, give a good old knock, and as loud as I can, yell, "Room service!"
Alright, so it looks like Periwinkle, you're going to hide within the trees, as is Pyro. Now there's a moat of acidic water around the property, So none of you are on that side of the moat. You're all hiding within the tree line. Now, Jester, you cross the bridge and knock on the door and say, "Room service!" And you hear mumbling from inside, multiple voices chattering with each other.
Your pizza's getting cold.
We didn't order pizza. What is pizza?
Yes, you did.
It's more solicitors.
I'm not soliciting anything. I'm giving you a pizza.
The door swings open, and as you look inside, you see there are 3 hags.
Hello. I am here with your pizza.
The smallest and thinnest of the witches with long, wet, seaweed-like hair walks up and says, "We didn't order any pizza. I don't even know what that is."
Yes, you did.
What?
You
No
ordered
solicitors!
We're not soliciting, or I'm not soliciting. I'm giving you pizza. You ordered the pizza. I am giving you the pizza. This is how transactions work.
Well, normally a transaction trades something of equal value, and I'm not giving you anything!
Yes, you are.
Am I having an aneurysm? I said I'm not!
Yes, you are.
Ah! Get out! And she slams the door.
No.
You say no to a closing door.
I tried to keep the door open.
Make a strength check. Make a contested athletics check, please.
Oh, dear God. He is giving that hag an aneurysm.
You outmuscle the skinny, wet, seaweed green hag. And she goes, "I don't want your pizza, and I don't want your presents, and if you would so kindly, fuck off!"
No.
Periwinkle's gonna, is the door open?
The door is currently being held open by a solid foot as, Jester, being an asshole, stops her from closing the door.
Periwinkle, he gets an idea. Can he whispers to Pyro, "Do you trust me?"
Sure.
All right. I grab your wrist. I put it behind your back. I go, "Hey, I got." I yell out as I come out, "I got you a sacrifice."
See, the pizza's here.
Make a
He's being
deception.
deceptive. He's not really gonna sacrifice Pyro.
A sacrifice? Oh, it's about time! She is going to throw
This
the
is
door
your
open.
pizza.
Jester,
His
make
name is
a,
Pizza.
make a deck save as she practically throws you to the ground by swinging the door open.
I whisper into Pyro's ear. As soon as they're on the bridge, I want you to set fire to it. Destroy the bridge.
All right.
All right. You're gonna have to come to us. He's kind of unruly.
I start as if I'm trying to protest.
You know how these transactions work. Bring him in here. We have to dump him into the cauldron.
No, you bring a cauldron out here. You dump him in. You take your cauldron inside.
The cauldron weighs 800 pounds. You move
I can
it.
help you.
Periwinkle goes, "Okay, but I got. All right, we're still gonna. All right, change of plan. He calls out to Jester, but not using his name. "Hey, help me out with this guy. He is rather unruly."
Give you an okay hand, and I strut over.
All right, I whisper in your ear. All right, Okay, I'm gonna try and keep it. Like, I want you to keep their attention on Pyro. Pyro, you make as much of a disturbance as you can. I'm gonna see if we can swipe out a few potions, and then I will give as soon as I give you the go ahead. I want you to set fire to the place while we run and take out the brick.
But it involves me going inside as a sacrifice.
I will help you. Don't.
How much longer till the sacrifice arrives? These potions don't brew themselves!
Just a moment, ma'am.
Periwinkle has a light bulb moment. I got an idea. What if we, and hear me out on this, shove them into the cauldron?
Good idea. We're all very weak here.
We're knowing the Hansel and Gretel thing, right?
All right. Okay.
The witch is putting us in a cookie house.
All right. As soon as. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but as soon as we get in position, we're going to see about trying to. I take out the ball bearings and I put them in Pyro's hand behind his back. When I say the word, you dump these on the floor. We're gonna shove them in.
I'll give you one.
Are you bringing him within the hut?
Yeah, we're also putting his Periwinkle's bag of ball bearings into his hands so you can put them underneath spill them underneath the hag's feet.
Let me take Pyro inside. You go snoop around or do whatever you do.
All right. Periwinkle gives him a nod. All right, yes. You sack of meat. You're gonna help. You're gonna. I told you not to steal from me. Basically, I'm not to. Is trying to be as convincing as possible.
I regret healing you.
You don't steal from Big Jack Johnson. That is the exact opposite of what you do.
I whispered to Periwinkle.
Are all three of you walking inside the hut?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you enter the hut, what you see there are three hags. A blue-skinned one, a green-skinned one, and a purple-skinned one. The purple-skinned one is the tallest, the physically strongest, and she appears to be the most intelligent. And she's got the end of a broom in this massive 6-foot diameter cauldron. You can smell swamp water. You can see eyeballs and newts, and she eagerly awaits you to dump your friend into the cauldron. She waves her claws at you like, yes, bring him into the cauldron. We must complete the potion. You want to be immune to the fog of madness, do you not? This is the way. Yes, bring him!
Yes, of course. But before that, can I interest you in talking about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
I'd rather eat glass. Put him in the cauldron.
Well, I have glass on hand. I got some glass out of my pocket from the stained glass of the place.
Is it your intention to invoke the wrath of the wretched hags?
No, I'm trying to talk to you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I use my message action just to go, Perry, do your thing now. I don't have much time before they eat me.
Periwinkle goes, all right, now, spill the ball bearings, underneath their feet.
I do that very stealthily.
As you drop 1,000 steel balls onto the floor. They rattle loudly as steel balls do, and spread out all over the floor. All 3 of the hags were standing still, and the balls just kind of bounce off of their feet harmlessly.
You do have balls in your hands, sir.
Periwinkle, yeah, let's go. You know, the fact about, oh, and you decide to steal again. I do a slap on the back of the head. This is why you don't mess with two-tone tunic.
Oh, god damn it.
I use prestidigitation to make his tunic two-tone.
Love it. Love everything about it. They will animate some nearby brooms to try and sweep the ball bearings away. Come, come! Throw him into the cauldron!
Right.
Well, if you're sweeping the balls near me, I cannot move, so I cannot bring him to the pot. Sorry. I must wait for the area to be clear. I might slip.
I'm gonna whisper to Periwinkle. I'm just like, I'm about to cast Erupting Earth if you don't find a way to get us out of there.
All right, Periwinkle goes. But first we must do the this is probably the dumbest thing that came to his mind. But first, the dance of sacrifice.
Indeed.
Oh, for the love of all that is unholy. Get on with it.
Yes, let us get on with the dance.
Yeah, Periwinkle does not know how to dance, but he's gonna be as deceptive as he can, basically miming that he's being that he knows the dance.
I am going to start playing on my viol.
I want both of you idiots to make me a performance check.
Bro, can I give them advantage by casting Dancing Light? So I can make the real party? Bro, think about it. I'm sure the hags don't party a lot, so we're giving them.
Yeah, I'll also cast dancing lights just to make the number of lights increase.
Yeah, but
See?
as I'm dancing, I basically notice that I'm positioning myself behind one of the hags.
Sorry guys, one moment. I've got pizza talk.
The moment
I'm like
my friend.
hopping on one leg, just slowly moving towards another hag.
Bro, it's kind of gay. Sorry, I had to tell you.
Alright, sacrifice. Yeah, you stand there for a second. The dance